Vashon Island is about the size of Manhattan, but 1/6,000th of the population. And instead of 21 bridges and 18 tunnels like Manhattan has, Vashon has 0 bridges and 0 tunnels. Traveling to Vashon on the ferry, which is the only way you can get here, it's like this big cleansing breath as you leave the city behind and come over here to this rural wonderland with rolling hills and beaches and country roads, just an arm's length away from a very large city.
The history of Vashon Island goes back to emerging from the glacier, 15,000 years ago. And probably 10,000 years ago, native people began to come to the island, and they were known as the Shwabopsh, or the Swiftwater people. The first settlers came here for logging, mining, making bricks, agriculture, and fishing. It was originally just a bunch of waterfront communities scattered around the shorelines of the island. And it was very difficult to get across the island because there were no roads. So the mosquito fleet was the glue that sort of held the island together. The Virginia 5, built in 1922, home ported out of Lizabula, was one of the most famous of the mosquito fleet boats. And the Vashon Heritage Museum just last week did a tour around the island on the Virginia 5. So she's still in service. In the early 20th century, the Japanese-American strawberry farmers become an important part of Vashon's story. We have one of the few remaining Japanese-American farms in the Mukai Farm and Garden. It is a must-see thing to do on Vashon Island.
Vashon Island has always been about the arts, going back all the way to like 1885 when they were holding Chautauqua meetings. There were lectures, music, and art classes, and from the very beginning, artists have flocked to Vashon. In 1949, there was an arts league formed by 3 artists that turned into what is now Vashon Center for the Arts.
Vashon's art scene is abundantly overflowing with artists and opportunities. More galleries, more artists per capita, I think, than anywhere else in the state. And Vashon Center for the Arts sits right in the center of it all. We have a gallery space that has, on average, about 275 artists will show their work all year long. We have an arts education program that teaches classes in all forms of media. We have a dance school and a beautiful theater where we book concerts, music, dance, comedy, with 100 to 110 performance days each year. We call it our Carnegie Hall of Vashon.
One of the things that has been a huge success is the rowing community on the island. We have easily the best rowing venue in Washington State, a harbor. It receives very little windage and there's very little boat traffic, and it's beautiful. I think the rowing sport really matches Vashon attitude. Being islanders, we've learned to work cooperatively, and that's the heart and soul of rowing. First Fridays on Vashon are really fun. All the galleries open their doors, and there's all kinds of things going on. It's really magical. Vashon has been a thrilling place to live. I have so many friends here. I can't walk through town and ever feel lonely. The island has a buoyant community spirit, a love for the environment, and artistic expression is everywhere. So I just feel filled up all the time I'm here.